Allen stepping up and now pulling it downfield and digs it. He's going to throw it to Brady. Oh, Brady! Stanford man nowhere in sight. He fights for the first down, but he lost the ball.
I might be wrong, but I'm always right. Sports. Cam Smith on. Cynthia Frelund thinks the Bills are going to draft Cam Smith, or thinks they should draft Cam Smith 27 overall. That's Mr. Drop Your Nuts for those who don't know.
We're able to get stops. What adjustments were made during that break?
Nothing. Just drop your nuts.
He actually got an underwear endorsement after that comment. So when I was watching One Bills Live and I heard this from Cynthia Frelund, I thought to myself, she's got to be crazy. The Bills have way too many DBs for a first-round pick right now, and for this year at least, with Dane Jackson, Trey White, Elam, and Benford. You know, Benford was supposed to move to safety. This was before Poyer came back. They signed Taylor Rapp. They also have Hamlin. He's projected to play right now. So that's something on my face. So I believe with all those cornerbacks, I don't think Cam Smith is the right pick, right? Even though you don't pick for a need, you pick best player available, right? But the way she was doing it, the way she was going off, she was talking about for need. Like, this is who the Bills need with Aaron Rodgers and the AFC. Just, you know, the East in particular is becoming a nightmare. Her words, I believe. I don't believe the AFC East is going to be a nightmare. I think the Bills are going to be just fine. That's another topic. But I believe the first round pick, especially this year, should be a starter, especially on the defense. If we draft him, what are we going to do? We're going to put him in at CB2. What are we going to do with Elam? If we put him, you know, I think he's good enough to be CB1, you know, might even be good enough to be CB1 this year, right? So does that mean, are they going to replace Trey White? I think they restructured his contract a couple years, did they not? That doesn't mean I don't know what the cap hit would be on that. Smith is the best cornerback in the draft right now. His physicality is what I like the most. His career numbers are 91 total tackles, 70 solos, and 6 interceptions with 18 passes defended. Right? He's a good defender. He likes his he likes his man press over zone. We all know Bills is a zone defense. Even though with McDermott, who knows what McDermott's going to do this year? I think he says he has a couple surprises, calling the plays and changing things up. But I also think Cam Smith. I think he's small. You know, I think the Bills need more like a Sauce Gardner type. Some sites have Cam Smith. I know this is crazy, but you can check it out. Some have him at 5'11", some have him at 6 foot, and the combine had him at 6'1". So those are big differences, you know. I do think the Bills need a cornerback that is physical and can't play man. I know Elon likes to think that he's that guy, even though I don't think he has the physicality to do so. You know, but Cam Smith, he does have to have those abilities. He's even said that he prefers playing man over zone. But you know, I just don't think that's the right pick for the Bills. I think they need to go with a linebacker, or not first round. No, I'm sorry. They need to go offense unless they trade for Hopkins. If they trade for Hopkins or another big name receiver who's close to Hopkins, they're not going to be able to keep up with these other teams. They can't keep up with the Joneses, right? In particular, the Bengals. All right, the Jets. The Jets got some receivers too, right? So their focus needs to be on offense for once. Focus on offense. Do what the Chiefs have been doing, and you know they've been winning the damn Super Bowl with their concepts, with the way they do things. So, you know, I would look to that. You can't. It is when you have an elite quarterback like Josh Allen, Herbert, Mahomes. You know, the number one thing that you do, the first thing you do, is you get an elite O-line. It is so easy and so simple. You have a great O-line to go with your elite quarterback. I don't care who's playing receiver. You have one-star receiver, you're going to win games, And if you have a great defensive coach like McDermott, no matter what players you give McDermott, he will never have, in my opinion, I believe he will never have a defense ranked lower than 10 in overall defense, right? So get your O-line, which I believe the free agency, they got their O-line. They might draft one. I don't believe it's going to be in the first round. So get your receiver. I think if they trade for Hopkins, then you draft for defense. And either this guy, or I would have said Brian Branch, but they have Poyer now, and they got Hamlin and Taylor Rapp, and I think there's just safety was a big problem, and I think safety is they have too many answers at safety now. So right now, receiver was offense, that's the pick to go this year. So I believe Cynthia Frelund, she with her, she has good intentions and all, and she's just trying to make content, of course. But I believe, and she probably knows this, Cynthia Frelund, she's an undercover Bills fan. She might be a Lions fan. She was a sideline reporter for the preseason for the Bills, and she loved it. She talks more. She picks the Bills to win every game she projects. She's an undercover Bills fan, right? But I even though he's the best cornerback, Cam Smith, I do believe that's not the right choice. That's not the right pick. Last year, they had 9 draft picks. This year, they have 6 draft picks. Last year, 9 draft picks, not as many windows. This year, 6 draft picks, way too many windows to fill, right? They're going to do their best not to draft for need, but subconsciously, they're going to do it. And that's why I personally believe Bean will not be drafting a cornerback first round. They want to see what they have with Elam. I can tell you one thing: if the Bills go after a linebacker, if they go after a linebacker or a defensive tackle in the first round, that's going to tell you a lot. That's going to tell you what he thinks about his team. It's going to tell you that they're drafting for need. It's going to tell you that they're getting rid of Ed Oliver. It's going to tell you a lot. But we'll find out. If the general manager, if he does his job in free agency, then drafting for need is not going to happen. Do you believe, Bills Mafia? Do you believe that the GM did what he needed to do in free agency? A little bit here and there, but not enough to not draft for need. You don't want to see them do that, but they're going to do that. I believe after free agency, the defense is still the weak link, which is crazy because the defense was always the strength of this Bills team. But I think they're right for moving to the offense because the offense needs to be the strength, especially with a quarterback like that. Can Sean McDermott, being a defensive mind coach, can he do this? Can he pull this off? I think this year he's going to be, occupied with the defense, and is going to give Ken Dorsey and the other guys around Dorsey a lot of slack. They're going to have a lot of room to move around and do what they need to do, and make and mold that offense into what Ken Dorsey, what Ken Dorsey is, who he is as a person, who he is as a play caller. That it's going to take on that offense is going to take on his identity. But we'll see what happens. I do believe that Hopkins is the top priority. The Cardinals want they want more. They want what the 49ers gave for McCaffrey. I don't think they should get anything less than a 4 and a 5. I'm sure Bean could agree with that, but we'll see what happens. But what do you guys? Is Cynthia Frelund right with this draft pick? Do you guys think that Cam Smith is the right choice at pick 27? I believe that this draft is the most important draft that the Bills have had since they got Josh Allen. If they don't do and make all the right decisions this draft, that Super Bowl window it's shut, right? I know we have Josh Allen, and Josh Allen could be, anytime you have Josh Allen, you have a chance. Well, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I definitely want to see them win the Super Bowl. I am a Bills fan, lifelong Bills fan here in California. I would love one before I die. So is Cynthia Frelund right? I believe she's wrong with this. I might be wrong, but I'm always right.
This is huge. I might be wrong. I'm never wrong. I'm always right in sports.